Florida, a land defined by its brilliant sun, its ancient wetlands, and its famous harvest. But beyond the theme parks and the beaches, the Sunshine State holds a vital, living symmetry. Misty emerald wetlands stretch endlessly at sunrise. Geometric rows of citrus groves glow with ripe golden fruit, and somewhere deep in the thick subtropical brush, a pair of piercing eyes watches in silence. This is not just a story about a state. This is a story about balance, between wilderness and agriculture, between predator and harvest, between what we protect and what we produce. Florida is proving that both can coexist and that one cannot survive without the other. The panther does not just belong to the wilderness. It belongs to every person who turns on a tap in South Florida. Once reduced to fewer than 30 individuals in the wild, this powerful, solitary feline came within a breath of permanent extinction. Today, through decades of conservation effort, the population has climbed back toward 200 animals, a fragile but remarkable recovery. What makes the panther so critical is not just its rarity, it is its role. Each male panther requires a home range of up to 200 square miles of connected, undisturbed habitat to survive. That extraordinary territorial demand makes the panther the ultimate test of a landscape's ecological health. By ensuring the panther has enough space to move, hunt, and reproduce, Florida effectively locks in what scientists call the Florida Wildlife Corridor, a green network of protected land stretching from the Everglades all the way north toward Georgia. This corridor is not just for the panther. White-tailed deer, black bears, wading birds, and countless reptiles all depend on the same connected landscape. It is helping to protect the very landscape that surrounds it. Florida's iconic citrus industry is a critical pillar of both the state's economy and the nation's nutrition. Florida generates approximately 70% of all citrus grown in the United States, and roughly 90% of all domestic orange juice flows from groves rooted in this state's sandy, sun-drenched soil. But these groves are far more than an agricultural statistic. As urban development continues to consume open land across the state, the hundreds of thousands of acres covered by orange and grapefruit trees function as what environmentalists call agricultural lungs. These vast canopies absorb carbon dioxide and release enormous quantities of fresh oxygen, acting as living carbon sinks that quietly counterbalance the emissions of a rapidly growing state. The panther's wild range and the citrus groves are neighbors with a shared purpose. When you look at a map of Florida's protected wildlife corridor alongside the agricultural land of the citrus belt, the overlap is striking. Rural citrus land frequently borders the western edges of the corridor, forming an extended green buffer that neither development nor sprawl has yet consumed. By protecting agricultural land from conversion into subdivisions and shopping centers, Florida effectively extends the reach of its conservation network. The grove and the wilderness become two sides of the same shield, a dual layer of protection ensuring a future where both nature and human need can genuinely thrive side by side. From the heart of the Everglades to the fresh glass of juice on your table, Florida is proving that a balanced planet requires bold, deliberate action. By honoring the panther's need for space and the grove's power to produce, the Sunshine State offers a blueprint for resilience that the rest of the world would do well to study. The panther moves through the darkness, silent and essential. The groves stretch toward the horizon, golden and purposeful. Together they define a state that is wild, productive, and absolutely essential. Florida, where the apex predator and the harvest share the same sky.